Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Coming up, info about a day the Mepham community is showing awareness next week and how you can support.
This weekend's musical, how you can get tickets, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Next, a Kennedy leadership student who organized a pizza fundraiser with piccolos for a class project.
And lastly, a story about students who went back to the middle schools to talk about the dangers of vaping in an effort to enact the change. Thank you for joining us here today at BMB. It's Friday, March 28th, day 5. I'm Melanie Arcos.
And I'm Jacob Sardui.
And the BMB Morning Announcements start now.
At B&B, we navigate the seas of stories and treasure the ones that matter most.
We have your week in Mepham sports.
Join us as we take you into the heart of the community where stories unfold and voices unite.
We are BMB.
We are BMB.
These are the BMB Morning Announcements.
Good morning, Mepham. Mel, it's been a hot minute since we've hosted together.
I know, but all that matters is that we're back.
Exactly. And since we're back, let's get right into this week's episode.
To start, next week is Autism Awareness Day, and to show your support, wear blue. This year, we decided as a community to show support of the day and embrace this super important subject. The decision came from a partnership earlier in the year between Mepham's Leadership Program and Calhoun's Prep and Core programs. This partnership flourished and grew beyond expectations. With more about this incredible story and why we will be wearing blue next Tuesday is B&B's Maya Passanisi.
Autism Awareness Day is approaching, and Mepham High School is joining in. The origin started when the leadership program joined with the core students, and the initiative expanded when senior Kim Nadler, inspired by her brother in core, took action. Though not in leadership, she collaborated with special education chairperson Ms. Delolio to involve the entire school.
When Kim first approached me, I thought it was awesome. I love the idea to bring something such as autism awareness to Mepham to be a great idea. And I think the work that I've been doing with Ms. Geller in leadership kind of lended itself to expanding what we have going on there into the entire school community.
Inspired by Calhoun's Core Awareness Week, Mepham is starting with a day of activities such as coloring puzzle pieces, wearing blue on April 2nd, and wearing blue ribbons.
Since we have such a high population of people who have autism and other neurodiversity and special needs in the Bellmore-Merrick community, I thought it would be a great way to bring some sort of awareness to autism and Autism Awareness Day, since in the past we haven't really done anything to talk about it or raise awareness.
With Mepham staff and students working together, Mepham is taking its first steps towards greater autism awareness. That's all for me. I'm Maya Passanisi, sending it back to the studio.
Thanks, Maya. What an amazing event. Just another example of the impact events have on this community. Mepham is truly full of loving and helping people, from sports teams and clubs.
One club in particular is booked up for a huge event this weekend and is asking for your support. The Drama Club is hosting the spring production of The Wizard of Oz, opening tonight at 7 p.m. There's also another show tomorrow at 7 p.m. and an interactive experience for kids at 2 p.m. before that. Mia Hafner has more.
For this year's spring musical, The Wizard of Oz, the cast and crew has been hard at work for months now to have this show ready for their friends and family.
Definitely gets intense as you get, the closer you get especially. Like right now, we're less than a week out from the show. We're really locked in on getting everything, all the cues down, when we need to get stuff on stage, when we need to get people with stuff, where they need to be, what side of the stage, all that kind of stuff. So it definitely gets pretty intense, but it goes to a good cause. We get a good result out of it.
With little time before the first performance, the cast, crew, and directors are getting ready and excited to leave it all out on the stage.
The peak of the stress, I would say, is the week before the show, believe it or not. The week of, things are falling into place. It's the last minute details. The week before, when it really starts to feel real, is where that stress kind of kicks in and you realize all the things that need to get done. but I have never done a show where it didn't come together in the end. And we always say, it'll come together, and you gotta just trust the process.
I know I'm looking forward to seeing this show. Good luck to everybody involved on putting on this year's spring musical. For BMB, I'm Mia Hafner.
Thanks, Mia. Break a leg to everyone who's performing. I know you guys will put on a great show because they're all amazing.
Someone else who is amazing is a Kennedy student, Carrie Einbinder. The Kennedy leadership student is putting on a fundraiser for a project in her leadership class with piccolos, where people can buy a slice to donate to the community cupboard. With more on the story is BMB's Bridget Flanagan.
I'm here outside Piccolo's, right off of Sunrise Highway, where local student Carrie Einbinder has been running a fundraiser called Give a Slice, Get a Slice to aid the Bellmore-Merrick community.
I chose to create this fundraising program because for my Leadership 2 class, I was tasked with the project of creating a civic project, and I had to advocate for a cause that I felt passionate about, and food insecurity and combating it has always been a passion of mine. I already had previously connected with the community cupboard in our community. It's important because no one should have to be struggling with this kind of issue, and I think that these people deserve our help, and that if they're willing to and if they're able to help, that they should be able to.
Here in the community cupboard, you can see the true importance of this program. If you're feeling hungry this weekend, make sure to swing by Piccolo's and buy a slice to support the larger Bellmore-Merrick community. For BMB, I'm Bridget Flanagan.
Thanks, Bridget. If you like that and want to see more, make sure to check out next week's midweek update for the full story.
You know, Mel, I'd like to hear the full story. I'll definitely be checking that out.
One ever-developing story that I am not up to date is on Mepham Sports.
Yeah, I actually don't know how we're doing right now. Luckily, Jake Manno has your sports report to inform us.
Finally, the spring season. And as always, it's officially the last ride for every senior and for their Mepham athletic career. Starting out on the turf, where the talented boys lacrosse team unfortunately fell in their season opener against Cold Spring Harbor, but continue to travel to Massapequa this week for their road to Hofstra starts right now, one game at a time. Next, staying with Long Island sports, girls lacrosse hosted Port Washington in hopes of advancing their record to 2-0. And both teams look to start their dominance with the class of 2025 leading the pack. And lastly, to the Diamond, for the first time of the year. The Lady Pirates on the softball field host our neighboring rivals in Wantagh later today, looking to rally behind the start of the year, excitement, and Newsday Top 100 player Avery Betancourt. With a competitive slate, I can't wait for the start of the spring. And that just means one more step closer to summer.
Thanks, Jake. But why are you so stuck up on the summer weather? It isn't even close yet.
I know, but then it's just that much more closer to baseball season. And you know I can't wait to see Soto in the blue and orange.
I don't know, but it is almost spring. Meteorologist Tina Pena has more.
Thanks, guys. I'm so happy to announce that April is on its way. I hope that it doesn't come along with some showers, but I guess that's just up to this weekend's forecast. This weekend, we're looking at some showers, with today having a promising high of 53 and a low of 47. Tomorrow isn't looking any better, with a high of 53 and a low of 43. Well, our graphic designer thinks it's 53, but it's actually 73. Sunday doesn't have any improvements, with a high of 54 and a low of 46. So it's safe to say that you shouldn't leave your house without an umbrella or at least a rain jacket this weekend. But just think, all this rain is surely going to bring some beautiful Mayflowers.
Thanks, Tina. Doesn't sound too bad this weekend.
No, not too bad at all. I've got to find out what that UV is.
Don't get me started about the UV, Tina.
Well, these have been the BMB morning announcements for Friday, March 28th. Have a great day, Pirates. The UV's actually 6 on Saturday.
I know.
My birthday.
Birthday!
So, if you care, just say happy birthday. Oh, special surprise, next morning announcement.
No!
Oh,
why
I can't
would you
announce
say
it,
that?
can I? Yeah, boom. YOLO. What the hell?